All right, guys, this next guy I just met tonight, and I am already head over heels over his luscious head of hair. Beautiful man. Give it up for Alex Denning, everyone.
Hello. Go for your host again, guys. He also has a wonderful head of hair yourself. My girlfriend's here tonight, or else I would get your phone number. Give it up for Zach again. Yeah, because he can't talk for himself right now. Anyway, I've been told that I have resting bitch face, but in the opposite approach, because I'm adorable. Like people look at me like, look at this little bitch. Let's go beat him up. I lose my lunch money that way. I'm pretty happy. I haven't worn a mask in like 2 months. Right? Like it's good that we're not wearing masks right now. Like everything's like cool enough. We're all being healthy and happy. I'm just glad that we're done with hardcore anti-maskers. Like people were like violently against masks. Like I remember when the mask mandate was first lifted at Herbert's grocery store. This guy would go up to people who were about to go in, and he would yell at them and be like, "Wake up, sheeple! Take off your masks!" If you're wearing a mask, he would rip it off and go into their face. And that's so rude, because these people are trying to do something in their casual, everyday lives, right? Like just go to the grocery store, something mundane. Like, I would never ruin his routine by going to, say, his Klan meeting, ripping off his hood, and be like, "No masks!" It's rude, right? God. People can be so rude. Oh, man. So, can I share a secret with you guys real quick? Hear me out. I kind of, sort of like the smell of dog farts for like half a second, because you get like a whiff of it. Like, you know, like, just like, you whiff it, and you're like, who's grilling burgers? And then reality sets in, like, ah! Yeah, I don't know, I'm around dogs a lot. And I've been able to like study various dogs during the past couple of years, because that's my main source of interaction of people with dogs. And I've realized something. I've come to my own scientific results on this, is that you can tell how cool a dog is based on the way they poop. Hear me out. So, my girlfriend's dog, it's a big old Gordon Setter, 80 pounds. She's like, all right, I gotta go potty. Like, let's go potty. We go downstairs. She's on a leash. She gets her spot. She squats down. She looks at me like, we're good. And then we go back upstairs. It's great. My parents' dog, who I spent too much time with, is a 30-pound, half Chihuahua, half Pomeranian, which, in case you're keeping track, that's too much weight. He has the size of a bowling ball. Trying to pick up when he's wet, you can't. It's like you ever seen like the World's Strongest Man competition? It's like one of those things, like, come here, dog, and you're like, no. He also snorts. He snorts like that nerdy kid in 4th grade who reminded the teacher about homework for the weekend. He's like, what about social studies? He's like, no, Travis, stop! I know his name still, it hurts. So anyway, I'm taking their dog out, and he's on a leash. We go out. It takes him 10 minutes just sniffing around this yard he's been living in for the past 5 years. Just like, I don't like the spot. I don't like the spot. I don't like the spot. I'm like, where'd you go? And he finds the area. He's like sniffing it out, and he kind of like takes his time, like a sniper, about to assassinate someone, be like, too much wind over here, I don't like it. He's squatting down, like, all right, target acquired. And then he's about to go, and then he whips up to look directly into my eyes. And like, he's this 200-pound dog, so like, looking at me like, I'm the alpha, right? I'm the alpha. I'm like, you're not. Speaking of poop, I'm 33 now. Which is great because when I was 32 years old, I shat myself twice. Once because I was sick. That doesn't count. People do that sometimes. You know, like, I can't make it to the bathroom, and then you do your business. It's fine. What's unforgivable is when you trust a fart and think you're fine. So this is what happened. I went to the grocery store to pick up a few things for my dad and a couple of people in the car. My girlfriend was there too. I go in there, I'm picking up stuff, and I'm in the self-checkout line at a Food Lion, which is honestly probably the best grocery store to pick from to shoot yourself. Because it's a common occurrence there, right? You gotta assume. So I'm in line, self-checkout, and I feel a fart, I'm like, oh, this is fine. So I go, whoop, and I think it's fine. But then I went, whoop. That was more. So I feel I'm sloshing around a little bit, and I make eye contact with the cashier who's manning the machine, who, let's be honest, this is not the first time she's made eye contact with someone who shat themselves in the self-checkout at Food Lion that day. So I make eye contact with her, and she's like, just down that way. It's like, great. And the way that she pointed to the bathroom, obviously, was the frozen food section, which this day was like a fucking labyrinth of people. Just like, what kind of ice cream should we get? And I'm usually a nice guy. I say excuse me when I pass by someone. I get a large man, very wide. I full on went like wide mode and like, move up my way to the bathroom. And I want to quiz the gentleman in the room, if I may, real quick. Fellas, just tell me, if you were in a situation, would you throw away the underwear, yes or no? Yes, I hear a lot of yeses. I would agree, but I just bought a pair of MeUndies, like really nice, high grade underwear. This is the second time I wore these bad boys. They were pink with crocodiles with sunglasses on them. I gave them all names. They have backstories. They are my only friends. So instead of throwing them away like a logical adult man would do, I washed them in the sink like a homeless man. And this is the only pair of clothes I have. I'm like, oh, I got an interview tomorrow. Like, no, that's like, I'm so grateful no one came in during the whole time. But I did get a text from my dad, who was still waiting for me very patiently. And as I was leaving the bathroom, I got a text. It's like, hey, can you pick up some milk too? So my underwear and groceries in one hand, I grabbed the milk in the other, and walked proudly down the same frozen food section, where people could definitely get a stink on me, like, oh no. I got back to the car to pay for everything. I put the underwear in a bag though, because I'm a fucking adult. And I get in the car, and I harumph. Like, I'm very mad at this whole situation. It's not a fun time for me. I'm like, harumph. And immediately my girlfriend just like goes, what's that smell? And like a little 2-year-old who got in trouble for the first time, I just went, I shit myself on self-checkout with Food Lion. And she's like, what? I shit myself on self-checkout Food Lion! And it was very quiet for the rest of the ride home. No one made eye contact with me. But I'd rather do that. I would rather shit myself on Food Lion than go to a Walmart and have that weird video, the camera on me, and see the reflection of myself, my worst features being featured. They're like, oh, that's just my gut. Great. I need to lose 100 pounds. Thank you. It's don't shoot yourself. Don't trust the fire is what I'm like tonight. In case you were wondering, I am on the autism spectrum. If you couldn't tell for the past 3 minutes when we talk about my shit myself, I don't understand social cues very well. It's fine. It's an actual true thing about me. I know people are like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. Because I can tell you that I grew up, when I was 11, I was diagnosed with something called Asperger's syndrome, which 11 years old, you're about to go to middle school. That's the worst time to get that kind of information because you're going to the 6th grade with something called Asperger's with the meanest people you could ever meet in your life. Like, you don't need any ammunition. 6th graders don't need any ammunition to make fun of you. Be like, hey, weird shoes. But shut up, I like the shoes. Like, anything. They don't need anything. Like, even someone who was with the doctor was like, hey, kid, you have Asperger's. I'm like, you got butt fries. Like, it's like, little things like that. But I'm also really sick of TV shows misrepresenting people with autism it's something that I'm a pet peeve of mine because I watch old shows like Criminal Minds or CSI where they have like a little kid who's like, oh yeah, Kyle here, he's nonverbal, he only communicates through pictures, but he's really good at piano. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna be this asshole autistic kind of thing. And like, also he has something called autism, so don't stick it behind him. They don't like it. We don't like it, please don't stick up on me. That's actually true. I've been sticked up on before. It's awful. But again, like it's like they deify these kids with autism, like they give them superpowers. And that's not fair because that's like a really weird superpower to have. I do have my own superpower that's absolutely useless, but I can show you tonight. You guys want to see what my superpower is?
Yeah.
Alright. I can tell you the main event of any WrestleMania between 1 and 38. So give me a number between 1 and 38. 19, that was Brock Lesnar challenging Kurt Angle in Seattle, Washington for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar trying to do something called shooting star press, which is like a backflip off the top rope. But he's also like 300 pounds and did up full rotation, landing on his neck. Almost broke it. He's fine. He wound up winning the match with a concussion. Someone else. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Another number, please. 10. Oh, that was Bret Hart versus Yokozuna in Madison Square Garden for the WWE Championship. Both men wrestled earlier tonight. Yokozuna defeated Lex Luger via count, I believe, and Bret Hart actually lost Owen Hart, his brother, in the first match of the whole night. And Bret Hart won the WWE Championship. All right, time for one more. 31. That was, that's a special one. Okay, so, hear me out. All right, let's sit for a second. So, initially, the main event was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And it was Santa Monica, San Francisco area, the Levi Stadium. And during the match, when both men were down, Seth Rollins, who had the Money in the Bank briefcase, rushed down, cashed in, and beat Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. Unheard of, right? Does anyone care? I don't. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Give it up, Alex. Yeah. You realize we have no way to fact check you. Not that we couldn't Google it, we just don't want to.
I know.
I love the confidence to shit yourself and then not throw away the underwear. Like, if I hit a golf ball out of bounds, I never use that golf ball again. It's cursed. That's the opposite of lucky underwear there.